Hello, this is Mercury Rises from Clash of Empire, now called Last Land. And here I am in 488. I was a captain helper. I was not the captain, but I went in with my K313 friends and was helping them. They've done things a little bit different for the captain. For one, they are now giving away Alex and Eric, which I find very interesting. The way I look at it is Alex and Eric is similar to the way I put things together in my cavalry builds with Genghis and Dora. They're basically the same. The other thing they seem to have done a little bit differently is that you can go into Atlantis as a C16 now versus you had to wait as a C19 before. Atlantis is now putting the power that you have on your heroes inside the Atlantis, and it used to be it took 1,000 gold to take off the power off a hero, but now it only costs 10 gold to take off the power, so you just kind of have to readjust that and put the power on your main hero, and then do your secondary and third hero if you do it like I do. But to get into Atlantis a little bit earlier is a little bit of an advantage. I don't know that it's really worth doing Atlantis until you have T7 attack troops, and you can use T6 guard. Ideally, it would be T8 guard, but that's not until C22. So these little Murlocs I just find are totally so cute. So I like showing those off, and they give a lot of hero shards and different things like that. In this little captain helper that I was doing, I had decided that I would do Archer. And with them giving away Alex and Eric, that was very interesting to me. Now, we didn't go real far with the captain, so I didn't get to go very far with the helper. And because of all of the obligations that I have, I just didn't really pursue it. Once their captain was over, I went ahead and just gave the castle away. So now, usually you get Genghis, of course, in the very beginning, and so it's almost like they were encouraging cavalry, but cavalry does take a little bit higher binds, and it does take a little bit of spending. I build cavalry on a low budget, the best that I can, and so that's just kind of the way I do things. But that's because I use Genghis and I use Dora. I have used Altea a couple times, and I just didn't find her as satisfactory in the real castle. I did find that Altea is very good in Atlantis, but as far as real castle, I would actually recommend Dora and Cleo. I have very limited experience with Cleo, but with Dora, it just seems like she does very well in the castle. So I do find it very interesting that they have now started giving away Alex and Eric. So they also have this card spending event that you get prizes for. And what I always tell people when they're starting a little castle is you upgrade the castle, you upgrade the university, you do all of the relevant military research, upgrade the wishing well, upgrade the market. The wishing well has two reasons. That's you get the best wishes and the most resources when you go in there. Also, that it is at the bottom of your glory when that opens up, and it's one of the bottom two, which are the troop damage and troop damage received, which is probably the most important part of the glory. Also, the market has a couple reasons. It's also at the bottom for the glory, but also that the market, the higher you have it, the better your investment is going to be for the magic mine. And then upgrade the wall and then repeat. And then, of course, you upgrade anything that the game prompts you to do. And the barracks and either the stables or the range, depending on where you're going with that and which specialty that you're going to be pursuing. So then the treasure trial, you get some free equipment with that when you start it. And then I always encourage a kind of do the battle at first because of the gems coming in at 7 weeks, and then fast tracking your economy because that's going to get you the most resources, which is kind of the goal of the game. Get as many resources as you can, and then of course that is going to help you build so that you can get more power and get a bigger castle and stronger castle. So I'm just kind of going through and showing you everything that I was looking through in the captain helper here in this castle. My treasure trial wasn't very good. I just didn't get it as strong as I would have liked. But like I said, it wasn't my captain. And if it was my captain, I would have done a little bit differently. But since I was just kind of a farm and helping my friends, then I was just playing around. So the princesses are very important. Getting them all at 10 to start, and then getting Chanje and your specialty princess to 20, and then and actually getting them to 30. But you want them all at 20 and kind of all even, because that's going to help you. This is the lion, and of course you don't get block, and I think until the lion is like an 18 or so. Block is the most important, and then you just kind of choose the things that are applicable to your build. And then on the development, troop load, and then eventually resource gather speed and the other ones. And by that time, you're really needing the iron. So you really want to have the iron pumped up, and then silver. Food and wood are rather easy to get. You can always invest in the magic mine for that also. So I didn't have block in here yet. I wasn't quite to that. But you want to upgrade or enhance the shards in battle, and then enhance them in development. Now you can take them off development and put them in the battle side if you need a blue, when you want to upgrade to blue, or when you want to upgrade to purple. So, but they were doing things a little bit differently in the new kingdoms now. They weren't doing before. Part of that is pushing the Alex and the Eric. And then, of course, the new events, and the Murloc's always very cute. Well, thank you, and you have a nice